ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to LouTube. Today you are getting a explain pain explanation thing. I promised it on Friday as part of my video for Sahawa's uni. It is an assessment that I have to do coming up next week, and basically what I do is I have 6 minutes to explain what pain is to a patient. Let me give you a little bit of background. The case study is a female with non-specific lower back pain. We're calling her Mary today. And basically this is what I would do in the last 5 minutes of a consultation with her, just explaining why it is that she's experiencing pain and what we can do to help her with that. So without further ado, let us begin. Before you go, Mary, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about pain. It's really important that you understand what pain is and what it means so that you're able to manage it going forward. From what you've told me, I understand that you've got a really good idea of what pain is and the mechanisms behind it. So I'm just going to use what you know already and build on it so that by the end of the month, you're going to be an expert on what your pain means and how to manage it. You're going to hear me talk a lot about your brain telling you that you have pain, but this doesn't mean that pain is all in your head. Your pain is a very real thing that you are experiencing, and I want to be able to give you some strategies to help you be able to manage your pain and work with your pain and stop it from interfering with your daily life. So let's talk a little bit about why we experience pain. Pain helps us by alerting us that our body is under threat. It stops us from hurting ourselves or from doing further damage to ourselves and allows it time to heal. So an example of this would be like when we fall over and scrape our knee, we get a lot of pain, so that way we don't move our knee and that it has time to heal. So this is really good in the short term. What's not so good is that when the injury is healed and you're still experiencing pain. And so let's explore why it is we may be experiencing pain even though there might not be any damage there. So you've pointed out that there are pain receptors in your back which send signals to your brain to tell your brain that your back is in pain, and this is correct, but instead of calling them pain receptors, we're going to call them danger receptors, because they're not necessarily detecting any pain, they're detecting threat or danger to the body. These danger detectors connect to nerves in the spinal cord, which then travel up to the brain. And these nerves from the spinal cord connect to many different areas of the brain. And these different areas are responsible for different functions. So we've got things like emotion and memory and decision making. These nerves connect to all of those areas. And then within the brain, these areas connect to themselves and they all talk to each other, they get all the information, and they then decide whether your body should experience pain in that area in order to protect it. So when you leant over to pick up the reams of paper, your danger detector in your back sensed a threatening level of stretch in your muscle. This sent a signal through to your spinal cord up to the different areas of your brain. Different areas of your brain interpreted this, tried to figure out what it meant, try to decide whether you should experience pain, and it decided yes, you should protect it. So I call this the danger detecting system. What also happened when you stretched your back was there was a little bit of inflammation that occurred, and inflammation isn't a bad thing in the short term. What it does is it's like a chemical soup that helps your body heal itself. So the pain should go away after a while once the damage is healed, but that hasn't happened in your case. You're still experiencing pain 2 weeks later, and we want to understand some mechanism as to why that is happening. One such mechanism could be that there's still a little bit of inflammation in the area. Inflammation actually makes it really easy for the danger detectors to pick up signals. So it makes the danger detectors more sensitive to information coming in. Another way that the pain can still persist is via the signals transferring from the danger detectors to the spinal cord being sent more easily and more quick, and then that way the brain's actually receiving more signals and it thinks that something's up, something has happened in that area, even though nothing has happened, there's no danger or anything like that. So these are two mechanisms which explain why you are still experiencing pain 2 weeks later, and we call this sensitization. So basically your danger detecting system has become more sensitive and it's become overprotective. What's interesting is that the brain can have an influence on how you experience pain. So we talked about there being different areas of the brain having different functions, and there's actually a connection between your danger detecting system and those different areas of the brain. So this could explain why when you're experiencing stress, you feel more pain because of that connection between the danger detecting system and your emotion center, for example. So now we understand why it is you are experiencing pain. Let's talk about some strategies that we can use in order to help you manage this pain. One such strategy is called pacing of activities, and basically what that means is we're going to take an activity, we're going to break it down, and we're going to slowly, gradually build back up to that activity. So we've set some goals with you. The goal that we're going to use for an example is your gardening goal. So I'm not going to send you home and tell you to garden for 35 minutes straight. That's not going to be good for your back. Your back is going to think, what's happening, and make you feel pain. No, instead we're going to break it down, and you're going to start off with like 15 minutes of gardening to begin with. And basically what will happen is your body and your brain will get used to that level of work, and it'll calm down your danger detecting system. Your danger detecting system will see that that work isn't actually pain provoking, it isn't dangerous, and that way you won't experience pain. And when that happens, then we can increase the amount of work you're doing, and we'll slowly increase that. And as we slowly increase that, the pain detecting system calms down, and you'll eventually be able to do the whole activity without experiencing pain at all. Some days you may feel like you don't really want to do anything, but it's really important that you still do something, because everything is working towards calming down that danger detecting system. Other days you may feel you can do much more, which is really fantastic, but if you do too much, it could lead to a flare-up. And basically what that means is you will experience pain maybe a few hours or maybe the next day later. Basically, it means that your body has done too much work, and your danger detecting system has interpreted this work as being dangerous. It doesn't mean that you have caused any damage to your body at all. It just means that your body has picked up on that level of work as being a dangerous level of work and made you experience pain because of it. So we've talked to you about how it is, why it is we experience pain, why it is that you might still be experiencing pain, and what it is we can do to help you manage that pain. Do you have any questions? Well, thank you so much, Mary, for sitting there and listening to me babble about pain. Hopefully it's given you a few more tips and tricks to help you deal with it, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that was under 6 minutes. I wasn't actually timing myself, but I really tried not to look at my screen that whole entire time. I did actually glance at it towards the end there because I'm still not quite sure about the ending, but yeah, hopefully that made sense. Please leave your comments down below. Please let me know what you think was good. Please let me know what you think was bad. Let me know if you understood it. Let me know if you need me to explain anything further in terms of it not being clear in the 6 minutes. I can't go over 6 minutes. If you want to know a little bit more about pain, feel free to message me on Twitter and I can talk to you about it. It's a very fascinating and interesting topic, and actually there are a lot of videos on YouTube from a lot of pain experts who know a lot more about it than me, so maybe just Google that. And I will be back with another video on Friday. Thanks for watching. Peace out.